Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Please take your seats. This evening's performance will begin in 5 minutes. Please take your seats. The performance will begin in 5 minutes. Please take your seats. This evening's performance is about to begin. Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So like I said in the last video, I did get my stuff done and I'm going to be working on that door panel today. So this is the basic setup of it. The other one's already done. If I can stay out of the light, you can see it in there. And that's all, I mean, it's loud. It's really freaking loud. I overthought this, thinking that the super tweeters that are up there were going to be not as loud as what I was expecting, but those tympanos are very freaking loud. And Harman Audio, if you guys are wondering, those Harman Audios, let's get around here real quick. These Harman Audios that they have here, or that I have here, these are the Carbon Series 6.5s, and they are super clean. Like, as far as like a pro mid-range goes, these are super clean. And like, don't think that they're gonna be like quiet by any means. I mean, if you put the power to them, they will put out the sound. Me and my cousin actually tested these out yesterday with these hooked up, as well as that one front on the driver's side. And we hooked them up to just a home receiver just to test them out. We hooked it up to like a little rolling cart and wired it all in. And then it was so loud, like, it's unbelievably loud. These won't be running all the time, so they'll just be open for shows, because back here will be where my batteries sit on the bottom for my batteries, and then my amp rack for the 2 amps, the 15K up here, and then the Rockville one that I'm running for my mids and highs, which is going to be perfect for those mids and highs actually. And then over in the corner here, I'm actually going to put in a switch system, so that'll be able to be switched on and off, so I can just click a switch when I want these to play and shut them off when I don't want them to play, because I don't need these things just back here blasting out sound when it's not open, because it's just going to be blasting it into the back of the wall or into the amp, and so that's just useless. It's just pointless, and it would just put wear and tear on the speakers because there's nobody to even hear them anyways. But when I'm at like shows, I'm going to have to get new struts, because as you can see, we got it propped open with a vice grip, because this is with the Dynamat that I have, or I mean sound deadener, sorry. Keep referring to stuff as Dynamat, I don't know why. Maybe because I used it a lot before. But anyways, with the sound deadener that I have in here, that Mat 66, I have 2 layers just inside there. You've probably seen it on previous videos. And it's kind of patchy as it goes, but it's mostly in like the center, behind the 6x9s. And yeah, these PRV 6x9s, these are no freaking joke. Like, these PRV 6x9s literally crank out the volume for real. They're worth getting if you need some pro 6x9s. And like I said, those tympano super tweeters, they're freaking amazing, okay? These are just some cheap audio pipe, 2-way crossovers, and they do the job. You know, I think they're good up to like 300 watts, and there's no way that I'm cranking out 300 watts to them anyways, because I just don't see the point in doing that. That Rockville amp that I have, I don't believe that it's that high up anyways. I think it's only like 203 or something like that, 220, I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to look it up again, but anyways, that Rockville ain't gonna crank out that many watts to them. I think it's, like I said, it's like 200 and some watts per channel. So it's gonna be very right, I guess, or perfect for this system that I'm trying to go for, because I ain't trying to make my ears bleed or anything. and those super tweeters could probably do that. But this will be open at shows, and you'll definitely be able to hear what I'm playing. I know some shows or some organizations at comps, they make you have to have music playing when you're in the lanes. Other than that, like the back door can be shut off, but I can still run the front setup or front stage. I don't have those on a separate turn off, so those are just going to be on. And then when I do shows, you know, people are going to get it. They're going to get the full brunt of the super tweeters and mids so they can hear the music. Plus they're going to get all the 810s, you know. So we'll see how that works out. But I've just been talking a lot, so we'll get right to it. I'll set you on the tripod, put this on a time lapse. Yeah, and I'm going to get in there and just start getting to it. I still have to order more sound deadener, so I can't do anything else with that. But that sound deadening, I might just leave it at 2 layers on the roof and then put the wood up there, because that's pretty solid the way that it is. And if you guys haven't figured it out yet, I'm doing an inverted 4th order. So instead of the subs being on the bottom, the subs are actually going to be hanging off the top. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. I'll be getting the roof material here maybe tomorrow to be able to put the wood panel pieces up on the roof, and I'll do the first layers. I'm thinking maybe just 2 layers, because after I saw how thick that is and how sturdy that's going to be, I don't need all that weight hanging down off bolts or screws, basically. So I'm going to just screw a whole shit ton of screws through the roof, bolting that down. Plus there's some platforms in there, center braces, and I think you can probably see them sticking down there. Every so often there's like a brace, and so it'll be on there. There's a little lip up here. Let's see if I can show you that little lip here. So this little lip that's right here, this is where the board is actually going to touch to. So nothing's going to come over to this far. This is just where the roof board's going to come to, and it's going to come to basically the edge right here, or pretty close to it, just due to the fact that I want it kind of lined up with the side here, because once the roof is attached in there, then I'm going to do my 2x4s that are going to come straight up, and it's going to be 2 in each corner, and then 1 off from that wheel well and 1 directly across from that, and then that one's going to get stacked in like 2, 3, 4 deep, because right there is where the sliding door separates, and I need to make myself a junction, and just basically wall it off right there. Then I'm going to spray in the expanding foam on this side. That side's going to get filled all the way down to the driver's seat and then back. So after I get that all set up, I have to do my carbon work, because instead of doing fiberglass like everybody else does, I'm actually doing a Kevlar carbon fiber blend that's going to be done for the sides. So I'll do the normal like fleece material that'll come out, and I'll resin that down and stiffen it, and then I'll come back through and put more resin on the back of it, and then do the carbon fiber Kevlar blend and patch that down, resin over that, and do layers till I get enough layers built up to where I think it's strong enough. And then once I think that that's strong enough, I don't even think I'm going to sand it. Most people sand it and then they shoot it with like paint or clear coat. I think I might just leave it, you know, try to get some of the burrs off, because obviously there's going to be burrs on there and little hairs sticking out. But other than that, I don't think I'm going to do anything with it, because it's like a really nice looking, it's like black and gold. So it looks really, really nice. So I think that's like what I'm going to do. I think that's going to be like really cool looking. But yeah, this is my little project for the day. Let's hit that up, you know, and then try to get that done. Once I get this done, I'm gonna get right into the dash part too, and because I still haven't ran any of my RCAs. I still haven't ran any of the RCAs. I need to run the RCAs, get all that wiring done so I can get it all pinned up on the one side, because this side is gonna be the side that gets everything pinned to it, and then that's gonna have all the stuff that comes down from it. These are just as long as they are, because I'm leaving them for right now until I can get the batteries in here. Then I can do a cap off from that side and start the battery loop, and then it'll come off the back side over here, which will connect to the amp, so on and so forth. Or it'll loop back. I'll have it to where it loops this way, and then I'll have a big ass run or something that'll come up and go into it, depending on what side of the amp that the power is in. Some of them are built differently, some of them are built backwards. It just depends on your amp. And I believe that the Bandas, I think the power is on this side. Don't quote me on that one, but I think the power's on the if you're looking at the amp, I think it's on the right side of the amp. Yeah, so it's gonna get spendy here in the next like couple months, and I'm just trying to get everything set up, get everything in, playable, and then the expensive part starts, because then I have to get the subs and batteries and the amp. The amp alone is like $1,000. Batteries I think were like 800 when I did the quote on the batteries for them. And then, which are going to be through this company, I think it's called Supercell Extreme. Give me 1 second here and let me figure this out if that is the case. So, they're a company on eBay. Well, anyways, I'm not going to sit here and just take up time looking that up real quick while you guys are on here. It's just eating up video, bunch of nonsense. I'll look it up later, get back to you once I come off the time lapse. And let you know what the brand of those batteries are, but that's what I decided to go with. They're an AGM battery, they're cheaper, so it's not going to bust the wallet. And if that company somehow comes across a video or something like that, and they want to sponsor me, by all means, sponsor me. I got plenty of window space to throw on my car. Like, I got that whole driver's side still open, I got the whole passenger side still open with everything. I do have a few stickers on each side. But other than that, I still have plenty of sponsor space. I mean, I could do like a whole big, huge frickin' vinyl sticker across this whole thing. The back, on the other hand, on the top, is covered pretty good for the back windshield. Because I do have a lot of stuff on there, but I've just been kind of sticker bombing it as I go. But yeah, if you guys want to sponsor me, go ahead. Harmony Audio. If you want to sponsor me too, because that's the subs that I'm going to be running. I'm going to be running the Carbon Series 10s in here on that 15K Banda. If Banda wants to sponsor me, by all means, yeah, let me throw that in here. I'll throw a decal on the side of the car, and I'll go to whatever shows you want me to go to and show off, you know. But hey, you know, whatever company you guys want to throw at me, I'm open for sponsors, by all means. But anyways, I'm going to throw this up on time lapse and get right to it.
Sure to like to share your opinions, talking big like somebody's listening. Nobody's listening. It's so fun and games until it isn't. Trust me, Are you listening? As long as it's with. So what am I leaving? Everybody was so late. Before I knew it, we talked and think about you.
Tell me why you left me bleeding.
Boy, you might be legally retarded.
Hey, what's up everybody? So, I'm going to turn this light on for you. So I got this deal, as you can see in the time lapse. It took me a little while to get it done, but trying to put my back to the light. Hopefully it's better. Maybe, no, I might be super blinded. Anyways, I had to take the whole dash apart just to get to this little corner over here. And that's where I got to loom all the wires through that go to the door here, just to run the one speaker and the crossover, because the tweeter comes from up here. So I actually have to run a wire down and then into the door, and then one just into the door that'll run to the back for the amp. The other one's already connected. That's for the woofer. Then while I'm at it, I'm just going to do my RCAs and stuff. I mean, that's a little gross. Sorry about that. I clear my throat. So anyways, this is the dash, and so I'm just going to run the RCAs at the same time. I mean, I literally had to dismantle that thing just to drop it so that I could get in there and get to that point where I can actually get to that. And there's quite a few screws. I mean, you can see the pile of screws. Now, remembering where all these Chinese parts go, never know. I mean, I might not. But that is what it is. Isn't it the saying, if it's put together right and you're still got a few screws left over, if it's put together wrong, everything's put back where it's supposed to be? Something like that. So, yeah, and then I got to do that and sound dead in that. I mean, I sound dead in the inside, and I don't think I'm going to do the outside of it. I already did the inside of the door, so that's already prepped out. So it's good to go on that part of it. I figured that I would just give you guys a little bit of an update on what's going on and just kind of talk about it real quick and just show you guys. I mean, it was a hassle pulling out all those screws. But yeah, you know, I'm going to get right back to it, put you guys back on time lapse again. So I'll talk to you a little bit.
Sure to like to share your opinions, talking big like somebody's listening. Nobody's listening. It's so fun and games until it isn't. Trust me, I'll listen. As long as it's with. So what am I late? Everybody was so late. Before I knew it, we talked and think about you and cocktail. I cried for you. Tell me why you left me bleeding.
just really like beer.
Alright, hey guys. So I did get the door in, and I started with the RCAs. My time lapse did stop because my battery died during that, and then I put a new battery in and restarted the time lapse to finish up the door. So that door card is in. I had to put in a couple self-tappers here and there just to help hold it because it's the door wasn't even in there right the first time. It must have been missing pins or something. I don't know really, but that's in. And then I got one of the RCAs ran. My dash is still ripped apart just because I'm running the RCAs and the remote wire at this point. Once that's all done, I found this, which is just, let's see if I can get some more light on this thing. So what I did is I found this thing, and this is just a positive and a negative it was plugged into the glove box for like a light, but it's constantly on, which was weird. So there must not have been a switch installed in the glove box, like a pressure switch or something like that. That would have, I think it would have went like right here, honestly. So that would have been where it would have been at, and it would have just told the system that the door is closed, the door is open type of thing, which would have sent power to this, which would have sent power to the light. But there's a cap that just covered the light hole right here. And it was just there, just sitting in there. No light bulb, no nothing. This was actually plugged into a dummy socket, which is right here, and it was just connected. I was like, what the fuck is that thing? So I pulled it out and found out that these are just constantly on, and which is kind of weird. So I took that wire and I ran it down underneath here, connecting it to another wire. What I'm going to do is hook it up to a switch and use it for like under dash lights and do something with that, because I have all these little LEDs and stuff that I have. So I could either do red, or I could do blue, or I could do purple, or whatever. I have some white and some like yellow amber color is what they're called. So that could be any color that I'd want to go with, I guess. They're just these little tiny LEDs, and they're super bright. I have one plugged into the dome light right now. I'll turn it on real quick and just show you. It is, I just wanted to test it, but it is, yeah, there you go. Blind you guys out real quick. But it is super bright, and I mean, it lights up everything. So I was going to do that underneath the dash with a couple of those, and I sound deadened around that one, leaving the wire exposed to the dome light wire, because once the box is installed and everything's good to go, I do plan on doing something with a light, either LED rope light or something like that. But we'll figure it out as it goes. Now I turn that off, so my dome light's off. No matter if my doors are open or not, which is a really cool feature. Yeah, so I still got a lot of work ahead of me. I just wanted to stop the video because I know this one's going to be getting a little long, and I just wanted to do a little bit of an update thing, just to let you guys know that I did get that in, and I'm going to continue to work on this. And then tomorrow, when I start the next video, I'll give you guys an update and show you guys that I got everything ran, and if I got any of the other light stuff. It's getting late here right now. I think it's like almost 1 in the morning. But I'll probably be here at the shop till like 4 or 5, like I usually am. Then go to bed, wake up, go to work, do it all over again, come back to the shop. It's like having 2 full-time jobs, you know. But eventually, if I get this shop going with my cousin, and this will become my place of operations, we'll call it. I'm not going to call it work, because if you enjoy what you're doing, it's not work, you know. And so we would be doing this basically full-time for customers, and doing installs for people. Mainly, the plan is to do like big installs, not like smaller, just slap-in systems. You can go to any other shop, any other stereo shop, and just get a slap-in system. And some of those shops even deal with like SQ sound quality stuff. A lot of them do. But a lot of them, if you take your car to a shop and you say, hey, I want a box built for 1212s, they're going to be like, what? And then they're going to charge you a whole bunch of money to do it. When we plan on doing it, that's the only thing we're going to do is that type of custom builds. So yeah, the wood's expensive, but we already know what we're doing, so we know we can rough ballpark you a figure on how much it would cost to do something like this, you know. And then when everything's said and done, you know, it'd be like half up front that you would have to put down as a deposit, just knowing that you're serious about doing the project, and then leave the vehicle with us, and then once it's done, you would pay the other half at the end of the project. Well, anyways, that's just something for another date. I just want to let you guys know that I did get that done, and I'm still working on it. But if you haven't already, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Run away!